Emma.
And I'm Makenna.
And welcome back to What's Happening MU.
What's happening, MU?
This week, we're starting a new series.
We will be interviewing members of the women's sports teams here at Maryville to see what it's like to be a women's student athlete.
In this week's episode, we're interviewing the D1 women's hockey team.
Come on, let's go! Alrighty, we are here today with 3 of the members of the women's hockey team here at Maryville. So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Lauren Wasserman, but the gals call me Boyle. I'm number 7 also, by the way.
Okay, well, I'm number 17. My name is Emily Toole, and my nickname is Toolbox.
I'm number 73. My name is Sarah Brooks, and my nickname is also Sarah Brooks.
We're going to start off with your little history of yourselves, okay? So what got you into hockey? Like, why'd you start?
Okay. Well, I started playing hockey because my brother played hockey, and my older cousin played hockey, and I wanted to be like them. So then I started playing hockey.
How old were you?
Like 5.
So I started playing hockey in grade 3, and fun fact, I played soccer and did figure skating before that, and then I found out that figure skating wasn't for me. I thought it was lame. And it wasn't eventful enough for me, so I decided that I was going to do hockey. Also, I was a tomboy at the time, and so I wasn't going to wear a dress on the ice. So I changed to hockey, and here I am.
Mine is a pretty fun story. Basically, I was sitting on this blue carpet that we had in our basement at the time.
Oh, a real backstory.
Yeah. And I was playing with my older sister. We were playing Little Pet Shops or something. And my mom's reading the newspaper on the couch, and she looks over and she goes, "Do you want to play hockey?" And I said yes, and my sister said no. And here I am.
Great story.
Was the newspaper article about hockey?
It had
was
an
it just,
ad. It had a hockey ad in
Gotcha.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that story.
Thank you.
That's a good story.
It's fitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very Sarah.
It really is.
Okay. Okay, next question. So, what has been your favorite memory from this season?
Favorite memory of this season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I would say maybe beating Adrian.
Why was that your favorite memory?
I just feel like, well, 1, we made it to nationals. 2, I don't think anyone, including some of us maybe, expected us to win. And then we did, and it was really fun. And yeah, just a good time.
I also liked beating Adrian, but mine was beating Lindenwood because we were the only one in the hockey program to beat Lindenwood this year. Shout out to the girls team, I guess. And also we had
girl power.
Yeah. And also we had the most fans that night, and my parents were in the stands, so that was really cool. And yeah. Oh, and my center, Paige. Shout out Paige. She scored the game-winning OT goal in the double OT, and it was a snipe from the top of the circle. So go Paige, love you. That was so sick.
I'll also have to go with the Adrian game as my favorite because we were playing a girl that I used to play with, and their coach also just didn't respond back to me after I emailed her. So I was also like, okay. And I also scored a bit, so that was fun.
She scored a hat trick. Actually, she scored 3 of the 4 goals that our team had.
5 goals.
Oh, 5 goals. Sorry, my bad.
So that was a good memory. Yeah.
She's really good.
Okay. How has being a student athlete affected your college experience here at Maryville?
Well, 1, the only reason I'm at Maryville is to play sports. So I think that kind of affects my whole schooling in general. Second, well, I'm a sophomore, so last year I would say I would have had no friends if I wasn't on the hockey team. So that's nice.
So one of the reasons I am also here is only because of sports, basically. It's easier to make friends, like, especially in the beginning. I think that I spent so much time with the girls and everything that, like, it made it, like, a lot easier for me to go so far away from home because it became, like, a second family for me. And I know that, like, the people that aren't necessarily a part of a team that are really far away from home, like, feel, like, homesick a lot more than I do. I think it's an escape that a lot of students don't have here, like, just from homework and everything. It makes it so that you have, like, something else to do where you're not just, like, on, like, computers or something. It's, like, something to, like, take your mind off school.
That's like literally it though. That's the reason that's why I also came here, was for hockey. A lot of the time people ask, like, how did you end up in the Midwest? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, because of hockey, you know, and being able to play on a team is also, like, good release from school. Especially during exam season, I find it's better when we get practices during that time, because it just helps relieve some of that stress from just, like, always studying, like, constantly. So that's it, I would say.
Word.
Describe what it's like to be a woman in collegiate sports.
Oh. Wow.
Wait.
Wow.
You can, like, give your laundry list.
This is your outlet.
First of all, it's horrible. I mean, I'm grateful that this school has, like, a women's hockey team, because a lot of schools don't. But, like, in reality, it's, like, we do our best. We are given what we're given, and we have to make do with what we have. And I think that's the answer that I'm giving.
Okay.
Here we go. Mine's a box. Let's go.
All right.
Can't wait for this one.
Okay, first of all, it's not equal. I'm going to say that right now. We get the early practices, which I, like, is fine, whatever, but, like, they get, like, prime time, like, 1 o'clock practice. They get the better dressing rooms. Actually, when I committed here, I was shown the D2 men's dressing room when they've been playing for a couple years already.
Same.
And it is, in fact, not our dressing room. And we have one shower head in our dressing room. And I've never been in a dressing room, like, in my entire life of 11 seasons where there's been one shower head in a team dressing room. Also, we don't have a stick rack, so not everyone has a spot for their stick, but the guys have 2 stick racks for the D1 team, and they all have, like, multiple sticks, and they have, like, each have a stick spot, and it gets rolled over to them, like, the bench, and we do not have that. I just want to make that clear because I really want one. I really want a stick rack. That's it.
The men's team, every single game, always have announcers, but for our games, especially if it's on a Sunday, God forbid, our game is on a Sunday because our announcers rather be watching football than showing up and doing their job. Yeah. So that's pretty annoying, especially when, like, my parents, like, want to watch the game. Sometimes we don't even get streams. Yeah. Like, the men just, like, never have that problem, it seems. They always have someone, they always have attention, and they're always taken care of like that.
We're just treated as, like, second class.
Even though we're, like, same level, it's just
Wait,
different.
no, let's discuss this, because you said, you got to see D2's locker room, and that's better? We're speaking with the D1 women's team.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
you guys aren't equal to the D2 team.
No.
And
No.
to just put it into perspective, it's not like we're a D1 school, we're a D2 school, and we only have a couple D1 teams, and they're one of them. So, yeah.
Oh, also, fun fact, since we aren't in the NCAA or in ACHA, we're not considered a sport here at Maryville, so we don't get priority signing up for classes. We actually get wherever everyone else is. So, like, when we have to, like move our schedule for practice and stuff like that, like, we might not get into a class at all because, like, it conflicts with, like, our practice time, and then, like, the school doesn't care. And we've talked to, they emailed someone.
Yeah, we emailed
and
people.
they said that they don't really care.
Yeah, because we're not NCAA.
Because we're not NCAA.
So we don't get any
Even
benefits
though
of student athletes, pretty much.
Yeah, we
Practice every
don't. We
day.
practice every day. We have a longer season than any other sport here, like where it's like an in season. So like,
It's
like class is
ridiculous.
important, and that's like one of the reasons we're here, trying to get a degree, and they won't even like.
And it's the way that, like, if we can't get out of a class that's during our practice, we have to miss practice, which sucks because I feel like no other sport has that problem.
Just shout out to like every other sport. You should come support the girls teams at games because there's no fans at any of our like female sports, like not even hockey, and everyone comes to support you guys. So like make it even.
I mean, I know personally, I like cheer. And so basketball games, we cheer women's and men's, and they're back to back. Like, they are right next to each other. It's not like they're on separate. Like, there will be 10 parents in the stands, and like the other team who will be traveling from like 2.5 hours away will have more fans than the women's team does.
Okay, professional sports, like on like the TV or whatever, it's like something like 2.1% of female sports are aired, and the rest is men's. So that's the coverage of women's sports and everything. So it's like we're talking about like revenue and like women's sports and stuff like that. They don't allow the women's sports to even like produce revenue because they're not giving them primetime games. They're not giving them promotion. They're not giving them theme nights. They're not giving them good social media, like stuff like that. Like look at the men's lacrosse team. They have like shout out to their like media team. They're doing so good. They're doing so good. Like why don't like we get like students that are like in
Graphic
design, like sports business. Why don't they like come and like run our social media or something? Because like that could be put on their resume and it would take the stress off of like whoever is doing it now. Like for us at least.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
So we so our next question was going to be like, do you think you're treated differently than the men's teams?
But you answered that.
And you definitely answered that with yes, which obviously we knew what the answer was going to be. But so
How do you think, like, the treatment and the disparity between the treatment makes people perceive you and your sport as college athletes, and how does it affect you?
Well, I don't think people perceive us at all because no one sees us. That's the honest answer.
Yeah.
I think they kind of think we're like not that cool because it's like like I think a lot of people think that we're not good and like we're not number one, but like hey, we can make it there eventually.
This is our second season and we were ranked number 9 out of 30 teams, so
we're not that bad.
and you know, how would they know if you're good or not if they won't even give you a chance?
We're also like in the hardest conference as well,
We are,
and we don't
yeah.
get a lot of credit for that because we're playing. Liberty is in our conference, and they've won national champions now like
Four times in a row.
times in
They
a row.
haven't lost a game in 4 years, so that's why they won the championship.
So now on to now on to like some more fun questions. Okay, I know that got heated. So we talked about treatment. We talked about how you feel. What are some like actual differences in the game? Like, are there any actual differences between the men's and women's hockey? Like, it could be like uniforms, equipment, rules, like anything.
Well, girls aren't allowed to hit, so like body checking or like checking is not allowed in women's hockey.
Even though the refs here think it's allowed.
Yeah, and like part of hockey is like being aggressive and physical, and so like just because we're women and we can't do that, it honestly like makes it harder to play because if a ref is gonna call every single physicality that happens, it's making it harder for you to play the game. So you have to change the way you play, which then kind of messes everything up. So that's kind of annoying.
Well, it's not like there's no hitting
Yeah.
in women's hockey. It's
Refs will call it more in a women's game,
Yeah.
which is like annoying.
Girls can't chirp. I'm going to say that now.
I can.
Okay, well, other teams, like the teams we play, you need to work on it because it's honestly just
the
makes you
chirps
laugh.
are like, you're ugly.
Or you're fat.
Like,
Oh, okay. That one hurt. No, it, okay.
Oh wait. Sorry. This one girl asked me if I learned my sportsmanship from my mom after I called her a bad word, and I said yes. And she just looked very stupid. Thank you.
Basically, my first statement. That's all I'm saying.
The next question will be, tell us a funny hockey story.
Yes. Or
Like just the most memorable story
yeah.
you have.
Can it be during practice?
whenever.
This year.
Your
Oh my God.
entire hockey career.
Okay, so
All of hockey ever.
This happened to me last season, so
Okay.
none of these girls know about this.
Ooh, inside scoop.
Wow.
So I am known on the team for falling a lot. I can't help it, okay? The girls on the team and I work out with a guy named Jeff. And we love Jeff. We love Jeff. He is amazing. And one time during practice last year, he came out on the ice with us and was skating.
What? Are you kidding me? No way he
And
came out.
He goes in the line that I'm standing in, of course. And I do the drill first, you know, because I'm in the front of the line. And of course, the first time Jeff is on the ice with us and I am doing something, I just completely make a fool of myself, fall. It's so embarrassing. And yeah, and then I was like really embarrassed because Jeff saw me fall.
What is it about Jeff?
Please.
Jeff is
I
an
take it he's-
ex-NHL player, and
He's amazing.
He is amazing.
He's ripped. You should follow him on Instagram, Jeff Lavecchio.
Yes.
Shout out Jeff Lavecchio. Cool
He
guy.
gets us discounts at Smoothie King.
Okay, guys, I have this fun fact. This was during a game, my story, and it wasn't one that they were videoing, which I'm actually kind of sad about because it was funny. So basically, this year is like I've never really hopped the bench before. Okay, like in the games, like this is a new thing for me, and I always jump the one way. With my one leg over, I always go left leg first, then my right leg. But this time, it was a little crammed, so I decided I was going to go right leg, then left leg. So I'm halfway over. Okay, I'm halfway over. This is in the middle of the game. This is, like, end of the game. Tommy's, like, randomly, like, Tool, you're out. And I'm like, okay, so I'm getting off the bench. And I go right leg, then I go left leg. As my left leg, it gets my foot, the tip of my foot, like this part, gets hooked under the bench. I'm like, oh shit, but my momentum is going over. It gets caught. I just fall on the ice. It's just pancake off the bench. Like, I just fell straight down. Like, it was just, and then I swore because I was like, I can't believe I just did that. And everyone on the bench is just staring up at me. Even Tommy's like, what the heck? And I get out there and have my shift, and I was like, I can't believe that just happened to me in literally college. In college, that happened to me. I fell, and I was like, I was coming on the bench, and I just went, like, and it's not, like, I'm not that tall, so, like, the fall was pretty high. Like, actually, I'm above average in North America, height-wise. What? Pretty high, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, so that really frazzled me at the start of that shift, and we don't have it on video, thank God, because I don't think I could live it down.
So my funny story, I have many that have happened to me, but this one actually happened to a kid I was playing with in, like, Adam, which is, like, when you're, like, a little baby skater. His dad didn't know a lot about hockey. It was, like, his first time, like, actually playing hockey or, like, skating, and he needs to get his skates sharpened. So his dad goes and takes sandpaper and starts, like, rubbing it all, like, on his skates, like, on the edges, on, like, all the edges. And then when he stepped on the ice for practice, he had no edges. Like, he just, like, flopped. He was just, like, flopping around on the ice like a fish. Like, he couldn't even stand up. It was that bad.
Like a
I take it it's really bad to sand them down like that.
Yeah, good stories.
Last question. Are you ready?
Oh, you're right. Okay, describe nationals in 3 words.
Super duper freaking hard.
Yes!
Where was the swing?
What?
Super duper freaking hard.
Nerve-wracking, exciting. I think a great way to end the season. That's not a word, but there you go. Conclusion. There you go.
Okay.
Exciting, emotional, and bittersweet.
Oh, do you guys want to go ahead and shout yourselves out on Instagram?
Yeah.
You can find me on the social media. at El Pollo Lauren. Spelled like El Pollo Loco, except instead of Loco, it's Lauren.
My Instagram is sarahbrooks10. Pretty.
For Instagram, it's Emily_Tool2, like the number.
My Instagram is mano.kelsall. I'll spell it for you. maneau.kelsall.
It's Addie
Okay.
_hockey.
It's Addie _hockey. I know it's cliche, and I wanted to change it, but they wouldn't let me. It's from
too
7th
iconic.
grade. They say it's too iconic
Mine
to change.
is for 5th grade, El Pollo Lauren.
Well, I'm sorry. That's still not your
It's
name,
kind of,
so.
it's kind of along the same lines.
Yeah.
Trouble.
And that's it for this week's episode. Tune in to next episode to hear from the Maryville Cheer team.
Don't forget to check out the Paw Print blog at maryvillepawprint.com and follow them on Instagram at maryvillepawprint. And please, 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 please follow us on Instagram at What's Happening MU. And most importantly, follow the D1 women's hockey team on Instagram at MU Saints W Hockey.
And that's what's happening, MU. Stream my SoundCloud. El Pollo Lauren on SoundCloud. You'll see it.
That they do.
Fergie National Anthem is really
It's
good.
actually good.
And we.